New Jersey's online gambling market is loaded with so many different sites and all kinds of promotions, it's enough to make your head spin like the reels on an old-time Atlantic City slot machine. So how do you make sense of all that information floating out there in cyberspace? Well, you don't have to. That's because the folks at njonlinegambling.com have done all of that for you. njonlinegambling.com is your complete resource for all the online sites in New Jersey. Which games have the biggest jackpots? njonlinegambling.com has the answer. Which sites use PayPal for deposits? njonlinegambling.com has the answer. njonlinegambling.com is the most trusted guide to the New Jersey online gambling market. Industry news, site reviews, the latest slots, table games, poker, they got it all in one spot. It's the ultimate resource for online players in New Jersey. They even got the best sign-up offers, better than some of the ones being offered by the online casinos themselves. Look, they say bet with your head. So why not do the same before you bet? And check out njonlinegambling.com, the most trusted resource around for New Jersey's online gambling market. Welcome to another installment of Turnpike Sports. I am Dave Weishuttle, and as always, I am joined by Doug Weishuttle. Doug, hey, how you doing?
I am doing good. We just got past the Super Bowl. We just actually witnessed the Eagles celebration.
Yes, absolutely. Fly, Eagles, fly. What a great Super Bowl. Oh, I'm so happy for the Eagles. I made no attempt to hide that I'm an Eagles fan. And by the way, I was not real confident going into the Super Bowl against the Patriots, and I should have been, and forgive me, fly, Eagles, fly.
Well, it was actually one of the most exciting ones.
It was. But, hey, you know how exciting it was? Well, we're going to start off with it when we take a ride on the Turnpike.
Exit 1.
Now, as we said, we were just talking about the Super Bowl. They had a viewership of 103 million viewers for NBC. 10th most watched program in U.S. history, and viewership peaked at 112 million near the end of the game. Still, the ratings were down.
Can I that's kind of a skewed kind of thing because, look, everyone has Super Bowl parties. There's a whole group of people watching the Super Bowl. We were in Atlantic City with an enormous amount of people watching the Super Bowl. So how can you gauge the ratings when, I don't know, about 100 people are watching the same TV? And then in our case, it was 100 people watching the same TV. So how can you gauge that? Well, I don't know.
According to Nielsen, and they haven't released the numbers for out-of-home viewing, which is what we were.
How can you pick how many people watched the...
The ratings were down 7% from last year, and it was the least watched Super Bowl since 2009. However, they did set a record for streaming. And I think that's what's causing the
Well, that's what I mean. You have streaming. You have a bunch of people. Who watches the Super Bowl alone? And by the way, if you watch the Super Bowl alone, I meant no offense. Who watches the Super Bowl alone?
Well, listen to this. They had a record of over 2 million viewers per minute. And that was through the NBC Sports app, NBCSports.com, and also the Yahoo Sports app.
You know what that tells me? They got to find a new way to gauge ratings. I mean, that's what it is. That's what it means.
Well, it also feeds into what they've been saying about the NFL all year. People have been saying, it's a dying sport because the ratings are down. Problem is, there are different ways of viewing it, and that's what's happening.
Sure.
Exit 2.
Let's hit the other side of the coin with the Super Bowl, the Patriots. They seem to be, the most impressive team going in throughout the entire season. And then all of a sudden they had that ESPN article where there was some kind of rift between Kraft, Belichick, Brady, and then all of a sudden in the Super Bowl, Malcolm Butler doesn't play. No one knows why. They're starting to throw stuff out now that Malcolm Butler's a malcontent, that sort of thing.
Can I give everyone some advice? Do yourself a favor and listen to a little bit of the Boston media because it's a crap storm, and boy, is Belichick getting it. I don't think they can all I've been hearing for the last decade was, in Bill we trust, in Bill we trust. I don't think they're going to be trusting in Bill too much more if he keeps making decisions like leaving Malcolm Butler out.
Well, it's in Bill we trust until we lose.
Yeah, well, guess what? You know what? I think everyone was mad about the Garoppolo thing. They didn't get the return they wanted for Garoppolo.
Who just signed a mega deal.
Yeah.
He just made all the other free agent quarterbacks very happy.
And by the way, he's I think he's getting paid more than Brady.
He's getting paid more than everybody. His deal is worth more than Stafford's deal. But the other guy that's getting crapped on right now is Josh McDaniel.
Well, you know what? I hope he has a long career with the Patriots because I don't think anyone's going to hire him after what he did to the Colts.
Well, again, shame on the Colts for not getting the signature first before they made the announcement.
Well, look, I feel bad for the Colts because they hired assistant coaches.
No.
On
Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels went out and recruited those two guys.
Yeah, and they hired him based on Josh McDaniels' recommendation.
And they went ahead and signed.
Yeah, well, in law, that's called detrimental reliance. So I'm curious to see if they go after him personally.
Well, I like the spin they're putting on it. He got an offer of McDaniels. He got an offer of a more expansive mentorship with Bill Belichick.
See, that's crap. No, he's not.
I don't even know what that means.
That's
because
crap.
If he's the assistant head coach, offensive coordinator, he's already getting that.
Well, why didn't they say that before he was talking with the Colts?
And they according to Mike Reese of ESPN, they also gave him a longer term contract. I don't care about that either. He's going to lose out on all the money.
By the way, if anyone is doubting this, Coach Belichick is a lame duck right now. Because he's got his successor literally breathing down his neck because he's right next to him on the sideline. So,
and now you have the reports that Gronkowski is now considering retirement for an acting career.
He spoke with Dwayne
The Rock Johnson
and Sylvester Stallone, who suggested he get into acting.
That must have been an amazing conversation just to listen to. Those three guys, I other than Johnson, the other two guys really you can't follow them.
Meeting of the minds.
It's one of those things where the Eagles won the Super Bowl, but the Patriots are taking some of the headlines away because they're so dysfunctional right now.
Not after that parade, and kudos to Jason Kelce. Boy, did he sum up the Eagles season and how they were treated by the national media in one amazing speech.
That was one of the most memorable speeches.
Do yourself a favor. Go to YouTube and check out Jason Kelce's speech. First, he was dressed as a mummer, which was outstanding. Anyone from Philadelphia or the Delaware Valley know how important the mummers are to that area of the country, and he paid tribute. And, boy, that was such a Philly-centric celebration, and you had to be from that area to fully appreciate it.
It was also the first parade I've seen with free Bud Light.
A free Bud Light. Dilly. And by the way, thank God Philly acted appropriately. There was no problems with the fans.
No, but we'll get into that a little later, too, because there's a funny little thing that, between Patriots fans and Eagles fans, they always make fun of the Eagles fans. We'll talk about that next segment.
Okay.
Exit 3.
This is just something just to round out everything. NCAA, it was National Signing Day this past Wednesday. Georgia had a historic recruiting class. They had something about they were the number one ranked overall. Alabama, who is Georgia's head coach's mentor, they ranked number 9. As a matter of fact, I saw after the signing day was over, 2 of his recruits decommitted and went to Georgia. Now, the one thing I noticed about this, it's high school kids committing to the college of where they're going to go. It's being covered by 4 networks.
See, that's crazy.
ESPNU, ESPN2, SEC Network, and the Big Ten Network. Is it too much coverage?
Yeah, it's way too much coverage. And you know what? I think these recruiting classes meant something more when these guys stayed for the 4 years. I mean, some of these guys are one and done, and they're out before they really get their full potential in college. And they suffer because when they're in the pros. So, is it important? I don't know. Freshmen did really contribute to the national championship game.
Well, here's my question. Here's my question. The way they're covering the National Signing Day, are they starting to step it up where it's going to be like the NFL draft at some point?
No, because no one knows these kids. No one knows these.
Well, obviously somebody does.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you got to be a really high school football geek to know these kids. But
when you commit 4 networks to covering this,
well, you know what,
kind of gives you a hint that maybe they're trying to make something better.
You know what that means? It means the NFL is over.
Yeah, probably.
We're looking for something, and hockey ain't going to cut it.
Well, according to the Texans head coach, It is the farm system.
Well, it's the farm system.
Exit 4.
Alrighty, once again, the Winter Olympics are upon us. They're over in Pyeongchang, South Korea. The one thing I noticed about this, Americans are not going to the Olympics this year.
You mean as spectators, right?
As spectators.
Yeah.
No, the teams are going.
I know the teams are going, but,
Now,
who would go to South Korea?
Well, first of all,
in the winter.
They chose
a
town that is one of the smallest cities, one of the smallest areas in South Korea. It's 2 hours away from Seoul. You have to take a 2-hour train ride to get to there. If you're in Seoul, you can't visit other places. You're stuck in Pyeongchang. The airfare right now is crazy. It's $800 to $900 for a ticket.
I'm sure it's cool if you go there to say you went to the Winter Olympics in South Korea, but, there's no way in hell that I'm marking my calendar to fly out to South Korea. Plus, you know what? The food sucks. The accommodations suck. I don't know how long that air flight is. And, okay, people are getting sick there, aren't they?
It's the peak season for norovirus.
It's a peak season for the flu here, and we're going to go to South Korea, norovirus?
According to the South Korea Center for Disease Control, whatever they call it over there, January and February are the peak season for norovirus. And for some reason, they wanted the Winter Olympics during peak season. Go figure. And you know what, Americans? Smart not to go.
Well, hey, you know what? Why sit and watch it in your the comfort of your own norovirus-free home.
That's it for the rundown. To contact Turnpike Sports, you can call or text us at 609-512-6510. That's 609-512-6510. Hit us up on Facebook or Twitter at Turnpike Sports. Email us at info@turnpikesportsradio.com. Also, don't forget to order your International Bikini Team calendar.
Yes, I got mine.
$10. Email them at info@internationalbikiniteam.org. Contact Michelle Walls for your copy of the calendar this year.
All right, stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports. We'll get back to the show in a few moments, but I just wanted to take some time and tell everyone about Bean Genius, the smart specialty coffee subscription service. Bean Genius sells freshly roasted coffee from some of the best independent coffee roasters in the country. They feature over 2,000 specialty coffee blends, all at your fingertips at beangenius.com. Here's how it works. Head on over to beangenius.com and take their palate profiler test to find out what coffee best fits your taste. Then select from a variety of subscription plans. Every subscription comes with free shipping, and delivery can even be scheduled for once or twice each month. And based upon your review of each coffee blend you try, Bean Genius actually learns your individual taste preferences and then suggests future coffee blends for you. And now you can get 10% off your Bean Genius subscription when you use our promo code PIKE at checkout. Bean Genius offers a variety of subscription plans to suit any coffee lover's needs. Subscribe with Bean Genius today and start enjoying some of the best tasting coffee around. And save 10% off your coffee plan with promo code PIKE.
Have you ever wanted something so bad that you do just about anything for it? Well, that's exactly how we feel about you. That's right. AdamandEve.com wants you so bad. We're giving you 10 free gifts with your first order. You heard me right. That's 10 free gifts to spice up your love life. First, you'll get a sexy surprise for her. Second, an adventurous toy for him. And third, a little something we know you'll both enjoy. Plus, you'll get 6 full-length adult movies on DVD. And number 10, free shipping on your entire order. That's 10 free gifts for you shy types who've never tried Adam and Eve before. Just go to adamandeve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy, a sexy piece of lingerie, or anything you desire. Just enter offer code BABE16 at checkout, and you'll get all 10 free gifts, including free shipping. That's offer code BABE16. That's BABE 16 at adamandeve.com.
Hey, this is Doug Weishaupt of Turnpike Sports with your Turnpike Sports Weekly Injury Report. The New York Knicks will be without the services of their star big man Kristaps Porzingis for the remainder of the season. Porzingis suffered a torn ACL in his left knee after falling to the court in pain during the Knicks' loss to the Milwaukee Bucks. Porzingis had to be helped off the court, then left for the hospital after being taken to the locker room. His recovery time is expected to be about 10 months. Dallas Mavericks guard Seth Curry will have season-ending surgery on a stress fracture in his lower left leg. The injury has sidelined Curry all season. The surgery is being performed since the injury had not been healing fast enough on its own. Curry, the younger brother of Golden State Warriors guard Stephen Curry, is expected to be ready for the start of next season. Over in Major League Baseball, Minnesota Twins starter Ervin Santana is expected to miss 10 to 12 weeks after undergoing surgery on the middle finger of his throwing hand. According to the Twins, Santana had been experiencing discomfort in the finger as he prepared for spring training. The injury is believed to be the result of the repeated stress from pitching and not one specific incident. And finally, New England Patriots wide receiver Brandon Cooks and safety Patrick Chung both suffered concussions during the Patriots' loss to the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 52. Both Cooks and Chung will be reevaluated for concussion symptoms. This is Doug Weichel for Turnpike Sports. Come back next week, and in the meantime, let's be careful out there.
Welcome back to Turnpike Sports. You know, just when you think it can't get any worse for the Knicks, Porzingis goes down. I just heard that on the injury report, and I actually saw it when he went down, but I didn't figure out at the time how bad it was because
it's bad.
It's bad. It was before the MRI. Before I
he was going up for a dunk over the Greek freak.
Yeah.
Giannis Akapatupo, whatever his name is.
Akapatupo.
And he came down wrong on his foot, and his knee gave out on him.
I saw that.
He fell right to the floor. He was in pain. I've never seen him react that way.
Oh, boy. You know, I'm shocked that more 7-footers don't have that problem because, you can't build up your joints or your ligaments. And, it's there's so much weight they can take. But he came down hard.
Well, the Knicks are going to have to figure out what to do to actually counter that because every time they start depending on him, he gets hurt. He doesn't have the type of body that's going to last the season.
Plan for the draft. That's what they got to do. Plan for the draft. And now, it's my favorite portion of the show. Yes, that's right, the Turnpike Sports Police Blotter. And as always, the Turnpike Sports Police Blotter is brought to you by Bean Genius. Over 2,000 specialty blends of coffee available at your fingertips at beangenius.com. Have some of the best coffee in the country delivered right to your door each month when you subscribe to Bean Genius. And now get 10% off your subscription when you sign up at beangenius.com using our promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E, at checkout. Bean Genius, the smart specialty coffee subscription service.
And also we should add that people can get a subscription for twice a month, once a month, 3 times a month. There's different packages they can get.
Oh, perfect.
And it's all good coffee.
Great coffee, and they make it convenient for you.
Alrighty, starting off with Cincinnati Bengals defensive lineman Josh Tupou. Arrested for violation of a protective order. This happened in Boulder, Colorado, at a place called the Bohemian Beer Garden. As you can tell before I even get into the story,
that sounds like a rough place.
You know what he was doing.
And it just sounds like heavy beer, too. It's like that wheat beer.
He allegedly got kicked out of a bar for being too intoxicated.
Okay.
Bar staff reported that he refused to leave when asked and then began pushing the employees around.
Wow.
So when the cops came and arrested him, he admitted to the police that he had drank 7 to 8 beers and 4 to 5 shots of whiskey.
Now, let me ask you, were these beers in steins, these big steins? Because it just seems like the Bavarian whatever garden has the big steins.
This is the problem. It doesn't matter how much he really drank. He's under probation.
Oh, okay.
And he violated it by having alcohol.
He shouldn't have been even near the Bavarian beer garden.
He could have been in it.
Whatever.
He could have been in it.
By the way, we plugging this place enough? What was it called again? I know.
It's just a great name. The Bohemian Beer Garden.
I'm calling it Bavarian.
You would never think Boulder, Colorado would have a place like this. And the thing is, he was on probation from a 2015 third-degree assault. He was involved in a frat party brawl.
Wow.
Him and 2 other players broke down a fence to get into this brawl. When they got into the party, Tupou over here targeted out one party goer and started punching him in the face.
Wow.
Broke his nose, broke his cheek.
Okay.
And he was under probation to and one of the conditions was no alcohol, and which he violated.
He blew that.
Yeah. All right, next up we have former University of Kansas basketball player guard Brandon Green, arrested for distribution of marijuana, speeding, driving without a valid license, expired registration, and he was stopped for speeding. Normal thing. They smelled it, searched it, found it.
Wait a minute. How'd they smell it if he was speeding by him? Boy, he must have been smoking a lot. Was it coming out of his exhaust?
This would have been a normal traffic stop if they didn't smell the marijuana.
Oh, okay. He was speeding. They pulled him over for speeding. And,
right.
Okay. All right.
And he just recently this year was playing in the G League. Not anymore.
Yeah, I guess not.
So, but more, it's still being looked into. There's more details coming out, but that's the basic gist of what happened to him.
Okay.
Now we have former NFL wide receiver DeAndre Presley. This is a former.
What team did he play for? I know that name. I just don't remember the team.
San Diego Chargers, Miami Dolphins, Carolina Panthers.
He was a journeyman.
Yes. His charges are, and these sound worse than what is because it's a technical charge. Sexual battery with a student 16 or 17 years of age, no aggravated force or coercion. Basically, when he was a high school teacher, he had an inappropriate relationship with a student.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Boy.
He had sex with the student.
So he's a high school teacher now?
He was.
Oh, yes, he was. Yeah.
But what happened was the school resource officer heard the rumors about something going on between a teacher and a student, kind of found out who it was, reported it to the police. The police confronted him. He denied it, went on Christmas break, came back after Christmas break. I guess Christmas got to him.
Did she say something? Or
No, he came out. He came clean.
Oh, boy.
He came clean.
Uh-oh.
And this was a guy. He was a finalist for the prestigious Walter Payton Award.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Well, you can't help hormones sometimes.
Yeah.
And the last two, these are quick ones here. Northern Arizona University forward Linnell Henry, charged with assault, criminal damage, disorderly conduct. It was what do you call it? Vandalism. And also, University of Ohio, Idaho wide receiver Jonte Boston, suspicion of driving under the influence, cited for suspicion of possession of drug paraphernalia, and he had an open container in the car. He was drinking beer while driving.
Okay.
So
well, is that it?
That rounds out the blotter for this week.
All right, stick around. When we come back, 9 weird Olympic sports that you can't see anymore.
Plus, prop bets for the Olympics.
Ooh, prop bets. You know, I never think of betting on the Olympics. It just seems un-American, I guess. Plus, things overheard in Philadelphia after the Super Bowl win. So stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports. Now, I'm sure everyone has made some sort of New Year's resolution, whether it's to lose weight, work harder at the office, whatever. And we always seem to break them a few weeks into the year. Well, here's one resolution you need to make and keep. Getting a good night's sleep with MyPillow. They're the most comfortable pillows on the market. Its patented interlocking fill adjusts to everyone and their sleeping habits. I use MyPillow all the time. I sleep great at night and wake up pain-free. I even travel with MyPillow. And now there's a great new deal being offered by the folks at MyPillow. For a limited time, House of Cards listeners can receive a very special offer. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the 4-pack special tab, and use promo code CARDS or call 1-800-319-7913 to take advantage of this 4-pack special. You'll get 50% off 2 MyPillow premium pillows and 2 Go Anywhere pillows. MyPillow.com with promo code CARDS. That's promo code CARDS to take advantage of this 4-pack special. Better sleep starts with MyPillow. Hey, it's Dave from House of Cards, and I just want to take a moment to talk about our friends at PennBets.com. You know, Pennsylvania recently legalized online gambling, so it won't be long before the first online gambling sites start launching across the Keystone State. So if you want to be a player in Pennsylvania, you need a place to go to stay on top of the latest developments, and that's why you need to check out PennBets.com. PennBets.com is led by industry experts and provides the most in-depth coverage of this new and exciting online gambling market. News, reviews, the latest slots, table games, poker. At PennBets.com, you'll have everything you need to navigate the Pennsylvania online gambling scene at your fingertips. Where can you play? What's the latest game being offered? Which casino is running which site? You'll find these answers and much, much more at PennBets.com. Pennsylvania is a new market for online gambling, and things happen fast. So you need a resource that's reliable, insightful, and most of all, trustworthy. And that's PennBets.com. That's PennBets.com. Stay ahead of the game with PennBets.com. Welcome back to Turnpike Sports. Yep, you heard it. The theme from the Olympics. And you know what? If you thought some of the sports you see on the Olympics are weird, wait till you see the ones that they got rid of.
Well, before we even get into that,
What?
I don't like the Winter Olympics. I never have.
I like the Winter Olympics. I like the one, when I'm talking about weird sports, I like the one where you have to ski a little bit, stop, shoot, then ski a little bit more, shoot again.
Is that,
I don't know
the
what that's.
biathlon
I
or
don't,
something?
I don't know. It's so weird.
It's something out of a James Bond movie,
I don't
basically.
know. It's like, it's
well,
bizarre.
Hey,
Who thinks of that?
This is the only one.
Ski a little bit, shoot, ski a little bit, shoot.
This is the only thing with. This is the only set of events that has a sport where when you win, you're still a loser.
That's funny.
There you go. Someone had to get that one in. All right.
I like the curling too, because I like the idea that they're actually sweeping up the ice for the hockey team to play.
Did you see just recently the captain of the American bobsled team had to have an emergency appendectomy? They're hoping he's going to be able to.
The bobsled is the
two-man bobsled.
The two-man. That's not the. What's the one where you're laying on your back, flying down a mountain crotch first?
That's the luge.
That's the luge. That's not the bobsled. The bobsled's something else.
Bobsled is a big bullet that the guys climb into and go down and swerve around things.
Okay.
This is the two-man. They have four-man too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but anyway,
A couple of those guys are just sitting there, right? I mean, they don't do anything.
I don't know.
I'd like to be the guy. You run a little bit, you jump in, and you're not steering it. You're just sitting there.
I don't know what they do inside the bullet.
Wow.
I mean, I'm calling it a bullet. It's a car, whatever it is. I don't know.
You ever ride on the log flume at a Great Adventure?
It's the two people in the middle.
It's the two people in the middle of the four-man bobsled.
In honor of the Olympics.
You actually found this thing about Olympic sports that don't exist anymore.
And I have to admit, some of them were kind of weird. A couple of them were actually scary.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. The scary one. They used to have dueling.
Dueling? I mean, real
ammunition, but it wasn't against person, obviously.
Okay, what was it?
That would be a little dangerous. It was two guys, when they were told to draw, they draw and they shot a dummy.
Okay.
This was in the 1900s.
Well, that was weird. Then they shouldn't call it dueling.
Well, they were set up like a duel, but it was just that they were shooting at a dummy.
It was bizarre.
Yeah. There was also, this one I found interesting, the Olympic tug of war.
Yeah, that seems like, I remember the tug of war. I remember the old Superstars show, which I think is coming back with Michael Greenberg is doing it.
I don't know
they have
why
a tug of war thing where they had a big puddle of water and people had to pull people in it? But that was an Olympic sport?
For 20 years.
Wow.
From 1900 to 1920.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was it was considered for re-inclusion in 2012, and it never really, that idea never really flew. So, but here, I'll start off with another one that was interesting. The horse long jump.
See, that's weird. I mean, that is so... That had to be around 1900s. Because, hey, growing up in Jersey, we heard down the Steel Pier in Atlantic City in the 1930s, they had a diving horse. I mean, no, it wasn't. It was a big animal falling into the Atlantic Ocean.
Well, this was basically...
This is pretty much it?
This was basically... You ever saw the human long jump where it's a guy running up to a line and jumping?
Okay, there was a horse show.
They did it with the horse, and they measured the horse. I don't even know why they even had something like that.
Why was the guy even on horseback? Just do the horses.
Well, the horse wouldn't jump if the guy wasn't on it.
All right.
Then we have this was also in the same Olympics, the Paris Olympics in 1900. Pigeon shooting.
Okay, I think you mentioned this before. Were they actually the clay things that they shot up and blew apart? They're called the clay pigeons. Are you talking about these are pigeons that you're talking about, or these were live pigeons?
These were live pigeons.
Live pigeons. Okay.
And real marksmen will not shoot at a clay pigeon. Come
wow.
on, you got to shoot at the real thing. They killed over 300 pigeons.
Yeah, there's no way that would last. Yeah, I mean, PETA would go crazy. Don't get me wrong; they're rats with wings, but you can't shoot a live animal for the Olympics.
Well, you know what? They did it 1 year.
1 year.
Or one Olympics, I should say. It's every 4 years, but they did it for one Olympics. I guess it never really caught on because I guess it was just a mess, all the dead pigeons.
I guess.
So, no chance of that one ever coming back. Here was an interesting... This falls under weird. Solo synchronized swimming.
Do they call it that? Because it can't be synchronized if it's solo.
It was synchronized to the music.
Oh, okay. You see, when I always thought of synchronized swimming, I thought it was synchronized to the other person.
Well, that's what everyone thinks of synchronized swimming nowadays. It's two people, and you judge them on how well they synchronize their moves.
Let me tell you something. If you have figure skating, I guess that's figure skating in the water. So I can understand that. I can almost see that, but
I just don't understand. Don't call it synchronized swimming, or at least change the name of this one that's going on now, because I can understand synchronized swimming for the music. But not, I don't know. They tried it; it didn't last. It was actually held last in 1992.
Oh wow!
So it lasted a while, but
wow, I didn't even know that.
Now this is a stupid one: plunge for distance.
I don't know what that is.
It's basically the long jump underwater.
Oh, okay. I mean, you're running to the end of the pool, and then you can dive in,
and you have to.
It's a belly flop. You're doing a belly flop.
Well, what they did was they ran up to the edge of the pool, dove in. And that
sounds like a spring break kind of thing.
They judged the distance over a 60-second time span.
Okay. So
that was plunge for the water.
Okay.
Yeah. This was held in the St. Louis Olympics in 1904. And also, as a side note, this was one of the few Olympics that had a marathon. The St. Louis Marathon was part of the Olympics.
Oh, okay. Well, so, I understand that.
Yeah. And I got three more, but two are almost the same game. We have croquet.
I could never watch that,
and
I can't watch it live.
Well, this is what's so weird about this. The other one is roque.
Roque? I've never heard of it.
ROQU.
Never heard of it.
Take the C and the T off croquet.
So
same game.
Okay.
One was played on grass. One was played on concrete.
The concrete
or a court.
Well, that would seem like it's a lot more difficult. Well, if it's concrete, I mean that thing will roll forever. But no, it's interesting.
Yep. And finally, one of the last weirdest Olympic sport, the swimming obstacle race.
I would watch that. I would watch this. I mean, it's an optical. It's an
obstacle course.
Obstacle course underwater.
One obstacle. The swimmers were sent into the pool. They swam in the middle of the track or route, whatever. I don't know what swimmers call it. But in the middle of it, they had to climb over a pile of rowboats.
Yeah, I like that. You have to have more obstacles, but I like the idea behind that. I'd watch that. I'd watch that. Yeah.
Again, it was another 1900 Olympics inclusion. Only time.
Yeah, boy, I'd watch that though.
Other than the weird sports, one other thing for the Olympics, we have from our friends at William Hill.
Yep.
Their list of prop bets. I don't even know if
these
are really
prop bets.
They're
not
actual, really prop bets,
yeah.
but
they're calling them prop bets.
Yeah. 2018 Winter Olympics favorites and future props offered at William Hill. Mm-hmm. Really nothing.
See, whoever wins the men's ski jumping, they name a person and they give the odds. I don't think that's really a prop bet. A prop bet, I always think is like off. It doesn't include winning and losing. It includes something weird like a coin toss at the Super Bowl or something like that. Well,
they do include curling.
Curling. I don't even know how to bet on that one.
Men's curling, gold medal, the prop bet is for Canada. Same thing for the women's. And also ice hockey. Women's ice hockey is Canada. Men's ice hockey is Russia.
Oh, yeah, they're the favorite. Are they the favorite every year? They must be the favorite every year. Team event figure skating gold medal is Canada. I'm not seeing any U.S. teams here. Oh, boy.
No, they're not giving the United States too much chances here. It looks like.
No, wow.
But again, you know what? These are the prop bets. The odds are there. I mean, you have women's super gold medal 4-1 odds for whatever country they are. They don't list the countries, so they could have actually done a little bit better to give these prop bets a little bit more information. But I guess since you're betting on them, you know who each of these people are.
Okay. Commercial time? I think it's commercial time. Stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports, where we talk about what was heard in Philadelphia after the Super Bowl, and we'll say our goodbyes after that.
We'll get right back to the show, but I want to take a minute to talk to you about Bean Genius. How would you like your coffee delivered right to your door every month, maybe 2 times a month? Well, now that can happen with Bean Genius. Bean Genius sells freshly roasted coffee from some of the best independent coffee roasters in the country at beangenius.com. And Bean Genius actually learns their customers' individual taste preferences, then suggests future coffee blends for them. Well, how do they do that? Well, this is the cool thing about Bean Genius. Over at beangenius.com, they use an algorithm which learns the coffee flavors you like and then pairs up what you like with the coffee that they have in stock. And it's all based upon you. Every time you order, the system learns. The system learns your preferences as you go along and order more and more coffee. And now, all our listeners at Turnpike Sports can get a special offer. You head on over to beangenius.com/subscription, and you'll be able to get 10% off your purchase when you use our promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E, at checkout. That's 10% off at beangenius.com/subscription with promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. beangenius.com, the smart specialty coffee subscription service.
Have you ever wanted something so bad that you do just about anything for it? Well, that's exactly how we feel about you. That's right. AdamandEve.com wants you so bad. We're giving you 10 free gifts with your first order. You heard me right. That's 10 free gifts to spice up your love life. First, you'll get a sexy surprise for her. Second, an adventurous toy for him. And third, a little something we know you'll both enjoy. Plus, you'll get 6 full-length adult movies on DVD. And number 10, free shipping on your entire order. That's 10 free gifts for you shy types who've never tried Adam and Eve before. Just go to adamandeve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy, a sexy piece of lingerie, or anything you desire. Just enter offer code BABE16 at checkout, and you'll get all 10 free gifts, including free shipping. That's offer code BABE16. That's BABE 16 at adamandeve.com.
Welcome back to Turnpike Sports. Philadelphia has been partying for a few days now, actually all week, from the incredible win at the Super Bowl. And, all in all, it hasn't been too crazy. I mean, there's been some bizarre things.
Everyone's been expecting, because of this reputation the Philly fans have.
A couple weeks ago, a guy punched a horse, so that kind of set everything. Everyone was expecting bad things from Philadelphia.
It still is one of the best stories from a Philadelphia fan thing. It's just punching a police horse, to be exact.
Yeah, a police horse.
And a horse is fine.
Well, what other horse would be out there?
You have the Denver Broncos with their horse on the sidelines.
I don't think the Amish get too close to the stadium.
No, like I just said, Denver Broncos have a horse on the sidelines.
I guess
could have been anything like that. So, but one of the things after the Eagles won the Super Bowl, it was their first one ever.
Yeah.
52 years of all the Super Bowls. They had how many championships before there was a Super Bowl?
47, 48, and 1960.
So they've had championships, but they haven't had a Super Bowl.
No.
So this was almost like an incredible release for the fandom.
Yes.
And it was actually an incredible release for the Philadelphia Eagles, too.
I was in Atlantic City, and wow, that was incredible. That was absolutely incredible.
So one of the things I did, I took a look around, and I wanted to see exactly what was going on after the Super Bowl win in Philadelphia, because I was prepared to see some sort of really
burning
bad
and looting
scene.
And things like that. Huh?
They had some of that.
Well,
not a lot.
I think Macy's window got somewhere. I don't know where the Macy's was. But,
someone threw a pole, a street pole, telephone light pole, through a window of an AC Moore.
Okay.
Another group lit a Christmas tree on fire.
Well, I don't know why the Christmas tree was even there. They were doing everyone a favor.
It
should be down in January, by the way.
The Christmas tree was not doing anything. It wasn't bothering anybody. By
the way, I heard the Ritz-Carlton got smacked around a bit, too. I think the awning at the Ritz-Carlton.
The awning was basically a diving board. They had video of multiple people jumping off a diving board. And one of the other things I found were some of the clips from the state police band. And I'm going to read some because I didn't have a chance to get the audio off, and I apologize for that.
I can do it. Wait, I can do one. Here, wait. Let me try one. Oh, wait. You just mentioned the Christmas tree. I just saw the thing you were talking about. Wait, let me do my scanner voice.
Someone lit a Christmas tree on fire. The prison wagon is just on the corner. Have them grab the fire extinguisher.
By the way, I'm sure the cop didn't laugh when he did
No. And they also flipped the car over. Granted, it was a Prius, so it wasn't really a car.
They did everyone a favor.
Yeah, that's something everyone wants to do when you see a Prius. I don't even understand those.
Well, wait. Here, I got another good one. I'm looking down the list of things. Let me do my scanner voice.
We are at 16th and Market right now in the eye of the storm.
Yeah, that was a little too over the top.
The
Yeah,
storm.
I don't know. Here's another one. We have a couple hundred people up on a pole.
Oh my God, they were climbing. They were also climbing the gates at City Hall.
They went inside the gates at City Hall
right.
too. So there's a lot of trespassing there, all that stuff. The one thing about the poles, they greased them, and they still climbed them.
Wow,
that's dedication to actually beat the grease.
It's very interesting. I'm seeing the things that they said here. One guy said we have a couple hundred people on this pole. I mean, I've been to Philadelphia. I don't think poles like that could hold a couple hundred people.
I don't even know.
Apparently, they didn't.
You know what? I don't even know what type of pole that is that he's talking about because is it one of those really tall ones?
I don't know.
The ones that go up to the highway?
Here, wait. About the 100 people on the pole, it says, and about 5 minutes later, we need a unit at Broad and Arch. A man jumped off the light pole and landed on his head. And then it says, and less than a minute later, they're breaking the light posts off. It's going to fall onto the ground. So these were light posts.
Yeah, and I'm reading here another one. They had hydraulic fluid on the poles.
Oh, to keep them on.
And they still climbed them.
Good for them.
Good
for them. It was Crisco the other week.
And here's another one. There's a report here. There are 10 people on top of a bus.
Okay.
They climb buses. And the last one, you got to say this. I have a male in custody. He says he's an off-duty cop.
Oh, boy.
So everyone was getting into the act. But
in their defense, SB Nation had an article saying that there were more arrests in New England after the Patriots lost than in Philadelphia.
This is what I'm saying. And this was
Thank you, SB Nation, for that.
This was a myth promulgated by the New England fans that Philly fans are terrible. They're horrible. You know what? UMass Amherst, the college, they had a riot after the game because they didn't like losing.
Well,
they had 4 arrests.
Maybe they're attending UMass Amherst. Maybe they're mad about that.
They had the police show up in riot gear to break up the little gathering they had.
Every fan base is crazy. That's why they're called fans. It's fanatic. So, hey, everyone loves their team when they wins, and everyone's upset when they lose. So, hey, every fan's the same. So,
yeah, we'll just see what happens.
Point fingers to anyone, but
now we can point fingers and say New England fans were worse than Philly fans at this time. There were no fatalities in Philly. There were multiple arrests.
And I'm so thankful that the Philly fans behaved themselves during the parade.
I can't believe that. Would they have over 2 million people and not a problem?
Not a problem.
Well, at least not a reported problem.
Not a
anymore.
reported problem, by the way.
So, but yeah, I was watching that parade. You had people up on roofs. You had the amount of people that showed up was amazing.
Absolutely. I mean, that was. Where'd you go to a bathroom? That's the first thing I thought of when I saw those crowds. Where did they go to a bathroom? I know they had 850
with all the Bud Light.
Free Bud Light. Where do you go to a bathroom? I know they had 2 million people and they had 850 spotta pots.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
That doesn't. I mean, that doesn't coordinate with everyone's
What is that?
habits.
Is that 10-to-1 ratio for spotta pots?
Like that. Oh my God, the lines!
But it was nice to see Vince Papale and some of the other big names there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it was nice to see.
And again, if you want, go to YouTube. You have to see Jason Kelsey's speech at the parade. It's truly one of the great highlights of Philadelphia sports.
Well, it's going to stand out in everyone's memory.
Absolutely.
One of the biggest underdogs stories that you will ever have I think this ranks up with a lot of them because as soon as Carson Wentz went down, they were written off. They were done.
I wrote them off.
I remember watching it.
I wrote you off.
Everyone was expecting Doug Peterson to cave to Bill Belichick.
Wow.
And he just did what he did all season and went for everything.
Yeah. Well,
so it was nice to see. Congratulations to the Eagles.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
All right, everybody. Have a good one. We're out of here. Come back next week for more Turnpike Sports.
Bye.